Salt actually was written for a male lead,
Oh.
and they actually had wrote it for Tom Cruise,
Uh-huh.
and then they had to obviously then rewrite it for Angelina. But she got the role
Mhm.
because of Wanted.
Hey, I'm Kit,
And I'm Cade,
and we're real people.
doing real reviews
We are in season 3, episode 4
for
of Stories That Stick. These are the movies that have shaped our perspective on cinema as reviewers and as critics. We are continuing with our theme of revenge.
yes.
This is Cade's pick. What did you choose?
I chose Salt.
Did you mean to?
Oh god, she's calling me out already. So, backstory everyone.
What happened?
While this movie still fits into the revenge theme,
Yes.
I didn't realize until 20 minutes in that I was thinking of another Angelina movie,
Which was?
which was Wanted, which she filmed like a year or two before this film,
Oh, yeah.
Salt. So, with that, however, fun fact,
Mm.
Salt actually was written for a male lead,
Oh.
and they actually had wrote it for Tom Cruise,
Uh-huh.
and then they had to obviously then rewrite it for Angelina. But she got the role
Mhm.
because of Wanted,
Mm.
because that was her first kind of
Yeah,
leeway into action
that way?
that way.
When was Laura Croft? Laura Croft doesn't count as adventure?
I don't think it's the same,
Not
not
this
like assassin kind of
mm,
villain kind of movie.
true. Yeah.
So, while it wasn't what I was thinking, I have seen this movie before,
Uh-huh.
quite liked it.
Yeah.
I do think it still fits into revenge,
Okay.
but a plug for another movie for another time,
Mhm.
Wanted,
Mhm.
starring Angelina as well.
Yeah. We it's crazy because Salt is very well known. People love this movie, and so I was happy to watch it, and, it was yeah, it was great to kind of look at it again from the perspective of, a female assassin. It is unexpected in a lot of ways. It's
Mhm.
tremendous amount of acting. It is very physical as a role, and she does an amazing job. And so, okay, why was this your choice? Because again, we're going with it. So
Okay.
why did you feel like this is
So, obviously, this is a film that definitely some revenge in terms of, um, I think it is a very kind of unclear
Mhm.
as to why there's revenge. It leads um, some speculation. It doesn't really tell you
Yeah.
either way, as well as I think it's kind of a cool play on it in terms of you don't really even know who her alliances are to
Mhm.
in the movie.
Mhm.
So I think from that standpoint, I think it's revenge in terms of like just clearing her name or doing right, like good versus evil kind of revenge where they think she's bad. She could be bad, but she's killing some bad guys.
Yeah.
So is she bad? No.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, like, it holds that open. It's interesting because she's pulled away from her family at a young age, told that they are dead. They're told the same thing, coming out of a car accident. She goes through a brainwashing program with a whole bunch of other children,
Mhm.
and then they're inserted into different jobs in America as moles, and, that's the program.
Which I also thought was pretty clever because they, like, basically take over someone else's life
Mhm.
from a very early age. Like, they learn English, they learn to fit in,
Mhm.
um,
Then
and
their goal is for their job as a
yeah,
player. Mhm.
and yeah, a very cool kind of introduction as well as I think it is kind of a cool kind of concept for a movie. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
kind of a clever kind of backstory
Yep.
that comes through it. So basically, she's ratted out or
Mhm.
accused. We'll use accused because we're still not even sure if
Mhm.
those scenes that we're seeing is her.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like she's kind of playing along and we just assume, or, most people would assume that that was her childhood,
Mhm.
but it doesn't really ever really explain it if it is or if it isn't.
Mhm.
Um, because these people are like, "Oh, I know you," and she's never says yes or no. She just
Mhm.
kind of plays along.
Mhm.
But this Russian man comes in and he says, um,
She's working at the CIA.
she's working at the CIA.
Her anniversary.
It's her anniversary. She's running late. However, it's supposed to take 5 minutes.
Yep.
So she goes back in, talks Russian to this guy, says, "I don't have time for stories, but tell me your story."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Well, um,
Evelyn Salt. So.
Evelyn Salt
Mhm.
is going to kill the Russian president
Mhm.
at this funeral."
Mhm.
And she's like, "Well, I'm Evelyn Salt." And he's like, "Well, then you're going to kill the Russian president."
And then everyone goes crazy, and
And then,
she's like,
yeah,
"I need to make sure that my husband's okay."
right. Because obviously, if that's the case, then she's found out
Mhm.
and she's concerned for her husband. Also, love. Um, mm, uh, and so she's like, "No, I got to get to him."
Mhm.
Which then starts like this action scene of her trying to leave the CIA building,
Yeah, which it's locking down everywhere, yeah.
locking down everywhere,
Mhm.
which is kind of clever. She's like, I gotta go. They're all kind of reasoning with her, like, don't go rogue, don't go rogue. And she's
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna go rogue.
Mhm.
Which then she gets out, she runs out. There's this cool, is this now when the scene? There's like a long chase scene where she's like jumping from car to car on the highway.
She gets to the house first, and then she goes to onto the
Oh,
highway.
okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about the house.
So she gets to the house, and they were like, "She's not gonna go to her own house, like, she's a CIA
Mm,
agent, like,
yeah.
they'll know," and they were like, "If she's in love with that man, then she will," and she was, which
Oh.
actually was really lovely. Aw. He gets killed later. And then we hop onto the bus. And she has a dog, and so she's kinda just going through she's trying to figure out what happened, she's trying to make an assessment, that's what it's seeming like. She grabs
Yeah.
the dog, climbs over a few, like, windows over, gives the dog to a neighbor girl that obviously knows them, and then was
Which
getting out.
Yeah, which is also kind of fun and interesting in the sense that, like, she's very calm in that scene, and I'm like, "You just climb through the window," and this little girl's like, "Oh, no big deal. It's fine.
And she's like, "Why are you
We'll watch
watching
the
this? Oh,
dog."
we got the dog." She's like, "Thanks, honey." It's just very
And then she, like, pops out of there, and then it's this cool action scene where they basically have her cornered,
Mhm.
on this bridge,
Yep.
and she's like, "No, I still gotta go. I gotta find my husband."
Yep.
And she jumps over the bridge, lands on this semi,
Mhm.
and they keep chasing her, and then she jumps. They're shooting at her,
Yep.
and then she jumps to another car.
Mhm.
Like very cool, like that. The stunt scenes in that. uh,
It's physical, like, yeah, it's really, really
I want
good.
to say that and don't quote me
Mm,
in my research because I did a lot of research before this, but
mm.
I feel like the stunt people in this movie actually got a nomination for award for that scene.
It's well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, she gets away.
Mhm.
And then the next scene is she shows up at, like, this Russian or
It's a funeral.
the funeral, and they're like, "Oh, she'll be here, she'll be here."
Yeah, and she is. And she's disguised a little, she changed her hair,
Yeah.
and she, is in the basement, and she blows up the podium, the
And
president
she just
falls
falls
through,
through.
and you think that she kills him,
Yeah.
and then the lead.
However, she doesn't.
Mm,
She uses venom from her husband's spiders to
'cause he's an insect guy. So, I
yeah.
mean,
So
that's cute. It's true, and then the lead investigator or the lead kind of chase person in the CIA, he's in front of her and she doesn't shoot him. And it stands out to me in that
mm,
scene
yeah.
because remember I was saying this, I was like, because the entire time he has quite a bit of ego. He's like, listen to me, Liz, we're gonna do it this way. I know it's your friend, doesn't matter, like this is how we're doing it. And then he's in the scene and she has the gun pointed, like she has the drop on him. And then she pulls the gun away and disappears kind of into the
Yeah.
rubble and the mist. And he goes back to his partner and he's like, she could have
She could
shot
kill
me.
me.
Like
Yeah.
that and it impacts him. Like, it stands out to him because he's like, "She absolutely would have and could have, and it's trained to." And that was a choice, and so, it was interesting to me because I was like, somebody with that much ego as a character, you wouldn't think that he would notice, right? That it would be like he would be like, "Oh, maybe I got away with it," or I would but his own ego doesn't get in the way, so it's just it stood out to me in that character that he would set his ego aside to be like, wait, what is the reality here?"
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so then the next scene, she is, meeting up with the Russian boss.
Yeah, that had kinda come in and put and said Evelyn Salt's gonna kill the president.
Yeah.
She's like, "I did it. It's great."
He
He
did it, and he's like, "Do you still have an alliance
Mhm,
to Russia?" And then they see
mhm.
she walks into a room where her husband is, and they instantly shoot him. And she
Doesn't flinch.
yeah,
She's very
you see her eyes kinda water up, but she recollects herself,
Mhm.
and, which I thought was a very good scene for her, like, because it is, like, right on her face,
Yeah.
with that acting.
Yeah,
Very
definitely showing
believable.
what's stoic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then she's like, "See, I didn't flinch."
She's like, "I just needed to pretend I had a normal life."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay." So then she's realizing and she's looking at all these men on this barge, which is where they were, and she's remembering them from this,
Mhm.
like, training
Oh,
program.
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, sister, you rejoined with us. So great." And then she finds out the full plan on what they're gonna do for everything. She goes into this back room, and then she kills all of them.
Yeah, she kills everybody on this barge,
Mhm.
and then gets away again.
Yeah, next plan is to go after the president, meet up with this guy, also somebody that she went to school with. She's on an airplane. They're flying. His role was to be secret service or something for the
Yeah.
president. They're gonna go after the American president. They go into there's a lot of little fight scenes, and he ends up self-sacrificing himself. And then she gets into the panic room, or the panic room hallway, where they've kind of put the president where he's about to do some missiles. He's about to initiate missiles.
Initiate missiles on other countries,
Mhm.
and it turns out that her partner this whole time in the CIA is also a mole,
Mhm.
and they kinda have this back and forth of, like, "Why didn't you tell me?
Mhm.
Why didn't you say anything?"
Yeah.
Which I also thought was kind of crazy, and she still doesn't give up.
Yeah.
Um, she can't get in, so now she's having to try to think creatively to get into this room because he basically has access to these missiles that can basically take down the world.
Yeah, and he's going to because he wants to that's his mission, right? Is to start this war. And she's trying to convince him, like it's a little bit cat and mouse, convince him to like let her in to the room where everybody he's killed everybody, president's on the floor. Um, and he almost does, except that on the TV screen, they're like, "The president that we thought was shot and killed at this funeral, turns out it was spider venom." And he's like, "Oh, you're good. Oh, no."
Yeah,
And yes, and so she gets in, they have a battle, and she's able to disconnect the wires so that they don't set the missiles off. They don't go all the way through.
right.
And
And then right at that point, all of the other people come in because they're trying to take her away because they think she's still the bad guy.
mhm.
And this her partner then's like, "Oh, she is the bad guy."
Mhm.
Um, which is also kind of funny because then there's another scene where she's in handcuffs leaving.
Mhm.
He's sitting on, like, the side,
Bench.
bench, and they're,
Mhm.
like, looking at each other, and she attempts again to kill him.
Mhm.
Does she?
Yes,
I
'cause
feel like she does.
yeah, 'cause she puts the handcuffs around his neck and then jumps over the side of a railing,
Yeah.
and no, you don't remember? I'm like, "Don't,"
I do
like
remember that. I just
mhm,
wondered if they, like,
mm.
got her before that, but I think she does kill him.
Yeah, because she's fully aware that she's the patsy, and she has that conversation, and then, they're on the helicopter, and the guy who I just talked about, the ego,
Yeah.
is sitting across from her, and he's like, "You could have shot me.
Mhm.
All these people are dead. The president's okay. The other presidents" you know what I mean? Like, the missiles didn't go off.
Yeah.
like, "Are you good or bad?" And he's trying to figure it out, but he unhandcuffs her and, so that she can jump out of the helicopter, and then you see her running away, and she gets away, and that's the end of the movie.
And that's the end of the movie.
Mhm. What for you, um, like, if you were to be like, my takeaway from this movie
No,
as
no,
a
no. What's your takeaway?
well
This is my movie.
well,
What's
fine.
your takeaway from my movie?
My takeaway is that in this film, what's interesting about government and, like, relationships this way is they're trained to not show emotion, not they're trained to serve their country and what they're told on what to serve and, kind of no matter what, and even the scene where we know why this man loves her, this insect guy, is because they're like, "Listen, he has full access to North Korea. We need to get there. You need to get him to fall in love with you. Like, this is how it's
Yeah.
gonna be." And, she gets caught, however, and he makes sure that she gets found and brought home, and, they start a life together, which is very sweet. But it's interesting because it's like, well, like, every ounce of her life has been dictated to her and told to her through if it wasn't this brainwashing program, then it was, her job as a CIA, and that she's trained on every aspect of, like, how to react, respond, be, and, so I was thinking about, like, why this sticks out to me, and maybe why people relate to it is that even with all of that, she still had a core of something good. Like, her core, regardless of, like, we agree with her actions or not, was that she was gonna choose, like, something really good. And so that's what stands out to me as, like, an interesting more of a revenge, because I did see it as revenge for her being taken away and
Mhm.
brainwashed and her getting back and being like, "I am not that, and that is messed up, there's so many of these, and I'm gonna be special and try to take this down because I have that ability, and nobody else does because I know, because 'cause I'm in the CIA and I can see how they're trained, and I was trained better." And so that was cool that she had that opportunity to continue to go and do good.
Yeah, I think that
Mhm,
is you did make a good point as far as, despite everyone telling her what she should do,
mhm,
she chose to do what she felt was right,
mhm.
and to, like, clear her name in that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
kudos to that. Also, too, they wanted to make a sequel to this, however, it didn't get the funding, so
Oh,
maybe
maybe if somebody's watching this review, Salt too.
Salt too.
What happened after she ran
Yeah.
away into the snow?
Who was
Mhm.
next on our list to take down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, was there anything else that you took away from the movie?
I feel like that was my biggest standout. I think it's
Okay.
interesting that we looked at assassin movies and we both chose female
Yeah,
with a female childhood kind of derivative or standout point separately. Like we both
that's fair. Yeah.
like we put it forward. So yeah, I took that away too.
Interesting. Okay. What did you rate it?
I gave this a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I mean, if you have watched the episode right before this, that's Colombiana. I rated that one higher. I just thought it was more believable as a revenge story. I think for this one, it's interesting and it's really high action, and it
Mhm.
is ultimately in the end revenge, but it wasn't as
Yes.
much as interesting a storyline as I feel like the other one was.
Fair.
Yeah. What about you?
I also rated this a 6.
Mm-hmm. Because it wasn't wanted.
Sadly, it wasn't the movie that I was thinking in the beginning, but still a very great movie. Made sense
Mm-hmm.
all the way through. Um, but yeah, like, I mean,
Yep.
just there.
Yep. Just a good action movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sadly, my this is a pick of a pick. My bad.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so definitely rated it a 6. Um, yeah.
Yep.
I think you certainly won, the revenge kind of movie, which,
Not a big shocker there.
after season 2,
I think you know.
I didn't doubt this.
Yeah,
Um,
but this would be my round
yeah,
out.
this would be your round for sure.
Just so you guys know, this is a little not like an Easter egg, but as a precursor, at the very end of our entire season, we are going to add up what all of the ratings are and see who wins. And if you're keeping score,
Yeah.
then tag along with us. For those of you who are listening on Spotify and Apple, please scroll to the bottom and give us 5 stars. Reviewers need reviews so that we can get Rotten Tomatoes certified. And if you're watching us on a broadcast or streaming channel, thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.
For more. Bye, guys.